Hello everybody, Ken here, and welcome back to Hearthstone Tavern Brawl. Oh yes, a new week, a new Tavern Brawl, a new set of crazy rules. The Masked Ball. At the SI7 mansion in Stormwind, they have a grand masked ball every year. Everyone is in disguise. When a minion dies, its disguise is revealed, showing the minion to actually be a different random minion that costs 2 less and ready for another fight. Well, so I guess everything everything works like the piloted shredder, piloted sky golem, Sneeds. Okay, interesting, very interesting. I wonder how this functions if you run piloted shredder. Well, we're gonna want something very minion heavy, I guess. So let's dive in and make a deck, shall we? I guess power overwhelming's not too bad because we get something when it dies. Same kind of deal with Void Terror. Worth noting, I guess, anything that costs less than 2 mana or less is probably not gonna work, I presume. I wonder how that'll go. Does it explicitly say? No. A different minion that costs 2 less. Doesn't say how that works. I'm going to not put in anything under 2 mana, because I don't think it's reliable. I'm putting these Void Terrors, why not? Implosion gets imps, but hey, is that useful? Pop in a Shadow Flame. Void Cooler? Yeah, why not? So, have a toy around. Let's see what we've got. It's interesting because it's kind of zoo, but it's not really zoo because you don't want cheap cards necessarily. Like, I don't think any of these 2 drops or less are going to be productive. So, let's go from 3 up, shall we? Okay. Pop a big game hunter in. Probably handy. Okay. Let's have a think. I guess stuff that's already going to be sticky. I wonder how Harvest Golem would even function. I'm kind of interested to put it in and try. Imp Master's always going to die eventually. I don't really know. I don't know what else. I guess stuff that is buff stuff as well, because it's always going to have stuff to buff. Buff stuff with stuff to buff. I don't know. Minions trigger their Deathrattles twice. That could be quite nice. What do we fancy? Hungry Dragon? I mean, that's not going to be too detrimental. Put a piloted shredder in. Azure Drake, always a fan. Frostwolf Warlord might actually be quite good, because it's always going to. Well, Grim Patron could be interesting, but and maybe Patron Warrior would be pretty solid there. Frostwolf Warlord's going to be decent because there's always going to be a lot on the board. Kodo is going to have lots to hit. Belcher, good when it dies. And I think maybe I kind of want to put in something like Hellfire, just to account for, and maybe a Dread Infernal because it can kill off all the little stuff that's left. Let's try that. It'll probably be rubbish. This is an interesting one. I don't know how this is going to function. But we'll find out in just a few seconds. Okay.
Gul'dan versus Malfurion.
Mogul Khan, the druid.
Your soul shall be mine.
Well, Mogul, your soul should be mine. This is interesting. I kind of avoided playing 1 and 2 drops. Obviously, the risk here is not too much to do turn 1. Turn 2. That's fine. We're just kind of toying around. We're experimenting. We'll see what works. Maybe if you play a really aggressive deck, everyone's playing slowly, you'll just kill them anyway before they start summoning all their minions. We might find we have to put lower cost stuff in and curve stuff out a bit more nicely than we've done. I kind of just threw in whatever. You know, it's a new Tavern Brawl, quite an interesting one as well. So I figure just go in with whatever first game, see how things play out, see if that gives you an idea of how best to approach the rest of the games. This person's clearly baffled. Okay, great. Well, we're not baffled. We've got no options. I could have coined, brought a card out, but I don't think that would have helped. Come on, Mogul Khan. Yeah, that is actually quite an interesting way of doing stuff. The Druid Wild Growth, because it's something to do on the early turns. Let's get a creature out. Start building up our board. Now we've got some nice curve here. We've got 3, then we've got a 4. Feel okay about? Well, there's the piloted shredder. Not really too much of a surprise. Okay. Interesting. Shield Bearer. So there you go. So our 3 mana Golem brought out a 1 mana Shield Bearer. Not too shabby.
I must safeguard the land.
The silence. Gotta respect that. Man, if I could Defender of Argus and Shadow Flame, that would be just fantastic. Sadly, I can't.
My shield for Argus.
Okay. See what drops out of him. An Armor Smith. I see, so there we go. So there's the 2 mana, and there's another 2 mana because of the effect. That's really interesting.
My thanks.
Oh, they all have Deathrattle because of the Mystery Pilot, I see. Let's get rid of the Armor Smith so it doesn't cause too much trouble. We don't want to give up too much armor early on. I wonder, because they all have Deathrattle, I wonder if something like Undertaker would trigger on everything you play, or if the Deathrattle comes into effect after you play it, so it doesn't. Okay, we got an ooze. Fun. This is all very manic, that's for sure. Interesting, choosing not to trade. That's fine. We'll try and control the board a little bit. This is a real interesting concept to think about. What cards would be best in this scenario, and I think it is going to be stuff that benefits a lot from there being a lot on the board. So, you know, Sea Giant actually would be probably a pretty good pick here, because there's going to be a ton of minions on the board a lot of the time. Okay. Interesting, interesting. This would drop a 6 mana card. It's potent. In fact, those big cards really are going to be very, very dangerous.
From the void I come.
Okay. Let's take it slow. Just experimenting. See what happens. Oh, that's a good one to pull. Fully healed injured Blade Master. Certainly don't feel too shabby about that. Oof. Do I want to play the... I kind of want to play the Imp Gang boss off the bat so that I can get our fella out here.
My shield for Argon. Your turn to bleed.
Okay. And
A paltry
ooh, Lord of the Arena. Okay. Interesting, interesting. We've dealt with both Ironbark Protectors now, so hopefully not too much more beefy stuff. It's going to come down to legendaries again. I think this is always going to be the issue with these constructed weeks, is people with a legendary deck are obviously going to benefit the most. With people with more cards are going to be at an advantage, the same as they are in constructed, which is fine. You can kind of build around it. That lower Theb is going to kill us, I think. Do do do. Do 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 do. 5 and then kills, and yeah, that'll do it. Okay.
well played.
Unless this pulls a taunt, of course, which is perfectly possible. Mana Rate's an interesting one to come out, certainly. That and the lower Theb together. So yeah, so anything of lower value doesn't come out at all. That's for sure. Okay. Well, we've learnt a little. We've had an experience. Let's tweak and refine. Boom. Okay. So, how do we feel about what we've got so far? I think it's okay, but I think I definitely want to put Sea Giant in. Man, Kel'Thuzad would be so good if it went off, but I kind of want to put it in just in case. Maybe don't need the Cult Master here. Chromagus? No, maybe not. Maybe not. What about Thorazan? He's always a good include. I don't know how I feel about the Hellfire because there's sticky stuff on both sides. It is quite useful if we're behind though. I almost kind of want to hang on to it just in case. I don't know how I feel about Sludge Belcher. You don't get anything off the second one. It's okay. but you don't get anything from the slime, which is kind of upsetting. Any other sweet? We pop Loetheb in just because it's a good all-around card. Just trying to think what else we could grab, really. That would serve us here. But I don't think there's too much. Stormwind, maybe. Maybe a decent shout. I don't know how I feel about the Doomguard. I think with the way we're playing the deck, we could almost take all the demons out. But we'll give it a shot. We'll give it another shot. We only played it once. I do like the Druid. I think we'll definitely try Druid a bit later. There's a lot of potential there. Let me know in the comments what decks you've tried. Yeah. Or what decks you think would work well. Hunter, interesting. I wonder if this guy's just going to be super aggressive. Hey, I'm here, I'm Rexar. I'm just going to do Hunter stuff because I know that you're playing slowly. I want to get some 3-drops. Not ideal. I feel like maybe you kind of have to accept some lower drops, or you have to play Druid.
I greet you. Greetings, traveler.
It's okay on Warlock because, you know, drawing a card is an acceptable turn 2 play.
Bring out your dead.
Interesting. Yeah. This is going to be tough to beat then.
Bring out your dead.
Ooh. That's the scariest opening I think I've ever seen. In, well, one of the scariest openings I could imagine here, right now. Let's see if it works, or if he's actually just got a minion with Deathrattle. Oh, it does! Okay, well, Undertaker's pretty much a must include then, in any deck. There you go, there's your top tip. Play Undertaker, because it's outrageous. Somehow I think we're probably done here. Yep, with the real pull. Oh, and of course, let Lex assist. What a great card. See, look at this. Look at this. Someone who's actually thought through their deck. Outrageous. Who would do that? Okay.
My shield for Argon.
We can hold off. The kind of the interesting thing here is, you know, this is a 2-cost minion, this is a 1-cost minion. These aren't going to actually give any... Oh, of course there's 0-cost minions. There are wisps. You do get the wisp. Or, I guess the 0-2 fella with taunt. The target dummy. Okay, we can kill this. See what we get. Interesting. Grimscale Oracle could come in handy because there are a few low-cost Murlocs. We're still in this for sure. It's a tough one. That start is hard to beat. Man, I'd love to play Kel'thuzad right now. But it's okay.
I've got the beast in my sight. Speak to me.
Okay.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
See what you drop. Oh, the old egg. Right. Now we've got the board control now. We're still facing a hunter, so we still have to kill them in 3 turns.
Your magic
shall not see.
Okay. A solid play.
Push forward.
We do this because we get a creature out of it.
One kill.
We don't. We can't afford to tap here, obviously. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17. We've actually got literally just enough. 5, 10, 17. Oh, and the Sludge Belcher. It's going to hold it off. Unless we have heals, but I'm pretty confident we have no heals. We were so close. And yet, so achingly far. But, as is the way. Okay. Well, that's going to do it. We'll bop in. Let's play this golem. That was closer than it initially seemed. Definitely want to fiddle with our deck. Maybe pop an Undertaker in. Or two. See what we've got. Do I even have Undertaker? I don't know. I do. Yeah, I thought I did. It was part of Naxxramas, I think. I think everyone has it, so. Some of these top end cards maybe not quite as. Sea Giant definitely worth having. Void Caller. I don't know, I'm feeling the Void Caller too much. I think it's good though. But we don't really run, we only run 2 other demons. Maybe we'll pop it back in, we'll kind of see where we're at in a second. I guess the thing with Hungry Dragon is it's not worth as much as you pay for it. So there's something to be considered there. Silence, actually, that is potentially very potent. So I think maybe the bigger silence guy, the owl is maybe slightly less useful because you don't get anything from it afterwards. But I quite like the more general silence. Where is he? Spellbreaker. There's our fella. How's our curve looking? Lots of threes, lots of threes. Imp Gang Boss is okay, but the imps don't really give you anything. So I think we can take that out. Again, Doomguard is fun, but it's kind of undercosted. And that's almost a negative here. Definitely don't want Wailing Soul. Oh, silence all my minions, you know. Oh, what he's done there is he's really screwed himself over, Terry. Volcanic Drake, cheap to play. It's definitely a potential one. Maybe over the Hungry Dragon, in fact. There's going to be a lot of stuff to kill. We got any 2-drops we could play? Okay, let's have a quick look. See if there are any obvious 2-drops. Because we do get the bonus at the end. I mean, I always like acidic swamp ooze, but I don't know that it's great in this situation. because there's not going to be too many people worrying about weapons. Mad Bomber could deal with some of the early bits and bobs, but I don't like playing it alongside the Undertaker, so... I'm not sure what the Nerubian's worth when it dies. Okay, let's not worry about that too much. So we want to try and get the Undertaker out. And I don't mean in the wrestling sense. Dong. Yeah. I'm an American badass. Yeah. Not that Undertaker.
Your soul shall be mine.
Okay. Well, I kind of want to hold on to the 3-drop. Because we can play it turn 2 if nothing else. Sadly, no Undertaker. I think Undertaker's going to be in every deck. It's too potent, even in its now weaker state, where it just gets +1 attack instead of +1/+1. Hey, when every card has Deathrattle, and it buffs off Deathrattle, that's probably pretty good. Little Exorcist is a good one to run if you have it. I don't think I actually have any Little Exorcists. Unless it's class specific, but I don't think it is. I think it's just a card I've never picked up. Okay, no turn 1 Undertaker, that's good. Archie with the slow play. That's what we like to see. Yeah. I see how it is. Well, okay.
Cleanse the sun well.
See, this is the thing. I don't know if it's beneficial to trade in here because my initial instinct was to trade. It's a favourable trade, but then he'll get 2 minions out of it. So then he's got 2 minions on the board without me really losing anything. So maybe it's a little better to be more aggressive. Okay, interesting. Definitely interesting. Like the Spellbreaker here.
Your magic shall not see.
Control the board a bit. Look at that. That's great. That's ideal. Definitely starting to refine the deck, refine the play a little bit. Get used to this. I think this is a really fun one to mess around with. We could definitely get a good few games out of this. That much is for sure. Okay. We've got a Warbot here. We can enrage him if we like.
My shield for Argon.
Battle commencing.
Might as well kill these. So totems don't get the buff, which is good, because otherwise Paladin and Shaman will be pretty broken in this format, I imagine. Although, actually, no, because their stuff's not worth multiple mana anyway. So forget I said anything. Okay. Not too much messing around here.
So many possibilities.
To the breach.
I kind of just want to play a Drake, but that doesn't feel too good. Let's draw a card.
My shield for Argon. Breach. Damage.
I was kind of debating whether to trade in or not, and a 4-drop is probably going to have 3 attack and be able to trade with this. And there you go, he's made the trade anyway. If he'd kind of gone in here, that might have been worse for us. Ooh, hello. That's an interesting one, because obviously the Whelps don't get value, but the Leroy does. Very nice. That's a very nice touch. Okay. Feeling pretty good about this.
Well played.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
You win this.
Oh, well, we had lethal. There you go. We had the Doom Guard. Yeah, so there we go. Definitely a pretty fun one. I really like that a lot. Again, you know, let me know in the comments what things you've come up with, what decks you think are going to thrive the most. My top tip: play Undertaker, because apparently everything triggers the Undertaker. Also play Little Exorcist, maybe, if you have it. Could be a good one. Oh my gosh, Captain Greenskin. Not the best legendary, but it's a legendary. I think that's perhaps twice in a row now I've got legendaries on a Tavern Brawl video, so apparently make sure you're here all the time. And there you go, it's the last pirate I needed, so now Captain's Parrot. Apparently I got twice. Great. Fantastic. Okay, thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, be sure to bop that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more Hearthstone and other stuff. I've been Ken. Thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you next time for more Tavern Brawl. Cheers!